That's all right. So you were saying, dude put out these emails saying don't take them.
Yeah, basically, like, Twitter, I mean, it was all true, to be honest with you, besides the fact that, like, I did drugs and stuff, because I wasn't into drugs because I always cared about how I looked. I wanted to make sure I had abs, and I wanted to make sure I looked big and strong, you know, so, but, I like, everything else was true, so then I was, like, stuck into this, like, I didn't even get to play my senior year, like, and we were, like, literally super good, like, we could have probably won state, but, yeah, so then I had to go to a junior college. I moved to Tyler, Texas, and played at some JUCO, and it was like watching Longest Yard. Have you guys seen the movie?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, so that's what it was like. It was like being surrounded by thugs and people that can't read and write, but were like sick on the field.
Oh,
I was like, man, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna get transferred, and like as soon as I'm gonna play for a semester, and I'm just gonna tear it up. The first game, I didn't even start.
Wow.
I had linebackers running 4.4s. It was like, dude, I've been to all these combines and all these things, and none of them are this good. And then but they were just like, it was almost like kind of scary because like I fit in so well with all these people because like I said, I was a bad kid. I was kind of like a thug. Like I was bad, just bad, you know. Like I like to fight. Like I would look for. I would be at a party and I'm looking over at somebody else and I'm like, they're not even looking at me, but I think they're talking shit about me, so we're about to fight. You know? That was the kid I was.
Yeah.
I was that person. So I got in some more trouble out in Texas and got in trouble. This time it was with the team, and then I decided, man, I don't even like football anymore. I'm just good at it. It's beating my body up. I'm too little. So I was like 150 pounds, you know. I was too little. So then I quit, dropped out, just said, I don't care about football. I don't care about college. I don't care about a degree. I'm going to be a personal trainer. I don't care. Like, then I got in that like life of like, I just didn't care. I'm going to be a pro bodybuilder. So then I got into this bodybuilding. I never even, like, I did, like, one show. I was pretty good, but I wasn't, like, and I was just like, I'd rather be strong. Like, I can't go on stage and be like, wow, I've done a bodybuilding show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta go there and be like, yeah, you know? So it was different. So then I decided, okay, I'm gonna start doing powerlifting. I'm gonna do powerlifting. And then I was a personal trainer, and then it was like I would do good in life, really good. And then all of a sudden something bad would happen, and it would be like a setback for like crazy amount of time. Like I was at Gold's Gym, like one of the top fitness trainers, doing really well. Obviously I wasn't making crazy money. I was like 19 years old, so it didn't matter. So I did what I wanted. I trained when I wanted. I competed when I wanted. That's when I went to did some stuff in the IPF. I actually got banned of the USAPL, so that's when I went over to the USPA. I got banned from the IPF.
Why was that? What happened?
Honestly, dude, I was on some drugs, but the test when it came, like I went to nationals, knowing if I got tested, I was gonna fail, but I didn't care because I wanted to go to Florida. It was in Miami, so I was like, yo, I don't care. I just want to go to Florida.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna I didn't even think I was gonna do good enough to be tested, you know. So then I ended up going. I actually faced Malik. I don't know if you guys know, but I faced him. He beat me, and then he didn't get tested, but I somehow got tested. That's kind of was like my way of like, I didn't like the IPF because it's so politic. Like no one knew who I was. I just came out of nowhere and did pretty good and got second place at nationals, and then I'm the only one peeing in the cup. So then I was like, whatever. I'm telling the man as I'm peeing, like, hey, I'm taking EQ. I'm gonna pop. So I might as well save you some money. He's like, no, unless you're refusing. And I'm like, no, I'm not refusing. I'm just telling you, I'd rather save you some money. Can't you just write on the thing that I failed? And he was like, no, just be. But it came back saying I was on like Anadrol and all this other stuff, and I'm like, dude, no, it's just on test. But yeah, it was weird, but then it didn't bother me. I didn't care. I was young. It wasn't like I didn't really think about it as much. You know what I mean? I regret it now just because it's still like research and stuff, and it just wasn't fair to the other lifters who were natural. You know what I mean? They made me like ship my medal back and everything.
Oh no shit! I didn't know they would do that.
So the IPF, they drug tested me twice. So they drug tested me at the meeting, and then they drug tested me 2 weeks later. I was at work. They walked into work and drug tested me at work, and then that's when they told me I failed, and they wanted my medal back. So I was like, okay. So I gave them. I told the guy where I lived, and then I was like, I can get off at this time. You want to come get it? Come get it. So they ended up mailing it back to the kid that I beat who got third place. So he got second, and he got the medal. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. So that's kind of how that went with football and all that. Yeah. I don't know, what's that?
And since bringing it up to competing and whatnot, because we are coming off this injury, I just want to bring it back up to the present, because I know we had spoken a little bit, and some of the people watching know there's a bit of an announcement coming, right? You've been gone for a bit.
There's two announcements. So like I was telling you with that Ed guy, I'm gonna be doing a deadlift only in LA and single ply. But there's no event, so there's no class. So it's going to be Steve Dennison decided to do a special guest coming off injury. And I'm going to try to re-break my deadlift record and try to pull 800 pounds. It'll probably be 799 because I'm scared of 800.
But we round up, so it's not a big deal. We round up, baby. It's all good.
Hey, we round up. If I pull 790, that's 800.
That's right.
But anyways, yeah, so I'm trying to get Steve I'm trying to get Ed to come compete against me, and we'll be head-to-head, and it'll be like that event, and I'm going to put him on the same program as I'm going to be on, and we're going to do the same numbers every week. And then at the end of it, we'll meet each other. Yeah,
that's an interesting side story.
Yeah, so if he's watching, we got to tell his work to let him off.
That's right. Let the boy lift.
Let the boy live.
That's right.
So, but I'm telling you right now, if he's watching, you better bring, because I'm bringing the heat. So.
That's yeah. Keep a couple tricks to yourself.
What's that?
Keep a couple of your tricks to yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of have him do his. Well, this is why I want to put him on us on the same program. Actually, someone gave me this idea for us to be on the same program, because if I'm his coach, we compete against each other. I beat him. People be like, oh, well, Micah just did his coaching a little bit wrong. So
yeah.
Well, if we do the same thing, not only would that be a cool story, because he's been working so hard, it'll push him to get to that next level, because he's never been challenged. He's never had anyone in his class on the stage with him to battle him, and neither have I. And I think that's another thing about powerlifting that needs to change is people like to run different federations, different meets. That's why the next announcement is I'm going to be doing, in April, I'm going to be doing Great CV's meet, U.S. Open at 165.
That's the big one. That's the one everybody's talking about, man. That's a huge... If you were saying you hadn't seen competition before, you're about to step into a lion's den. Everybody's going to be at that one.
If you are good... this is going to bring every good athlete from, every weight class. Like I said, for the male lightweights and the females, it's going to probably be a 600 Wilks to win, guaranteed. That's just the way. There probably might be in the lightweights, there might be 3 to 5 guys going over 600 Wilks.
And that's nuts.
What's that?
And that's crazy to think about.
Yeah, a 500 Wilks used to be mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But now you have females going 590.
Yeah.
So yeah, $40,000. People are going to be taking whatever.
Oh man,
to be.
It's huge. Yeah, you're a professional athlete at that moment. We've never seen anything like this in our sport, And for this to come about, like you have guys who are been nothing but lifting the IPF who got invited, and now all of a sudden they got to make some tough decisions. And there'll be some big names.
At the end of the day, I mean, money's going to talk. I don't care who you are. You would be silly not to. If you're that good of an athlete, I don't care if you're natural or not natural, and you're in the IPF, or you can't be that. Like it's crazy. I mean, I know a lot of people are committed to the IPF. Like they're like, I'm IPF all day. But it's like a lot of us powerlifters aren't balling out of control because we have this crazy lifestyle that we have to live to because of training and dieting and this and that. So it's like, here's a chance for all of us to maybe change something big in our lives. Like maybe make this money and do something different with it. Maybe put it towards something that's going to be more important in your life, or maybe you have debt that you have an opportunity. That's what people are looking at. It's like, okay, I have an opportunity to maybe change my life by doing exactly what I love to do. So why would I not leave the IPF to come over and who cares what's going to happen? I have a chance to make $40,000. Not only $40,000, but you can make $40,000 plus your class, plus this, plus records, plus this. You could possibly take home a $50,000 check.
That's crazy. Which is huge.
Which is crazy to me. I mean, hey, you know, how many people in the United States make $50,000 a year hating their job?
Yeah.
How many people? How many people in powerlifting make $1 for winning?
Yeah,
you don't make it, let alone 50,000. This is you're not making no money.
I've done, not counting sponsors, but out of the most I've made probably in powerlifting is like a $750 check.
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
and so
I didn't even.
We're jumping from, like, in terms of the sport, we're jumping from like maybe $1,000 checks here and there to this $40K. Like, how is this possible?
And like you said, possible 50. You're walking in with a possible 50 and entitlement. You're coming in with entitlement on this.
Do you know like who's putting this up? Like, how is this possible?
Man, I mean, it's not really my place to talk, but I just know.
Yeah, you don't gotta say. Yeah, people are wondering if it's even legit.
I train at her gym, so I know I know they're doing big things out there. I don't know what, but I know they got money.
It's legit though. It's for real.
They got money.
Okay,
it's legit. It's happening. 100% guaranteed.
Okay.
The USPA, Steve Dennison would not approve and sign off on anything if he didn't know that this was approved.
Yeah.
Or this was real talk.
Because there were some people who were like just questioning.
I mean,
it's just so crazy.
Steve Dennison is not an idiot. He knows his shit. He knows. He don't play around when it comes to this. He's so that's his life. You know what I mean? So he's not going to make the US. He's built the USPA to be almost as close as the USAPL and the IPF. That's his motto. That's his goal. That's what he wants to do. So he wouldn't risk. You know what I mean? Because last year the U.S. Open was SPF or something stupid. So, but now it's legit. It's like, it's literally like, I mean, dude, it's going to get crazy. It's literally there's probably going to be people cussing, people pushing, people shoving. It's going to be like an MMA fight / football, arena football / the female arena football lifters.
It's Van Damme's blood sport. It's the best in the world coming in to compete here. Right? I mean, that's it right there.
Guys are flying in for $40K. You'll fly all over the world.
I guarantee you, as of right now, it's not like on ESPN, but I guarantee you, once it starts hitting the internet and getting people posting these crazy videos, because people that weren't as strong are going to get a lot stronger.
Yeah.
People that, I just have a feeling that people are going to show.
Who are you looking for in this? Not even just guys that you're competing against, but even as a whole, who are some guys you're looking out like? Watch this cat. Like obviously, there's big names like Dan Green. Is Dan Green going? The Larry Wheels.
I didn't see.
I didn't see their posts, which is weird. $40K, man.
I didn't see. I mean, again, no one's seen my post either, so
that's true.
A lot of people could be quiet, but I actually took a peek at the roster, so I'm not really going to say who's really on it, but I'm not sure about Dan Green, but I know Dan Green's busy. He's actually one of my friends in I know he's a busy guy, and he actually did a bench-only meet yesterday in Russia.
Oh, no shit.
In Russia?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The Russian lifting's going on right now. That's right.
So,
what about in your weight class? Who you thinking you're going to be head up with? And then actually, the 40K isn't even weight class; it's best lifter. So you got to beat everybody.
So the good thing about it is I'm a 165er. So the way the payouts go is it cuts off from 181 down, and then 198 up. So I don't have to.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't have to worry about, and I don't even, like I said, I don't know who's going, who's not going. But I know I don't have to worry about Jesse North. I know I don't have to worry about Dan Green or Malanchev or.
So they're paying 40,000 to 181 under and then 198 up.
So they're giving 40K out 3 different divisions. So the females from I think 105 all the way up to heavyweights, bodyweight. Not only they're getting 40K to first place, they're giving 15 the second or 10 to second, 5 to third.
Yeah.
And then they're paying out $1,000 for first place every weight class, and then $500 for second every weight class.
Wow.
So they're giving out 3. So they're giving out 4, 8. What is that? I'm not good at math, but is that 120?
I don't put me on the spot.
Hey, the only thing I can add up is plates.
That's right. Kilos, man. Kilos.
So yeah, I think they're giving out a total of 220K.
That's nuts. That's like a freaking $250,000 in one day.
Exactly.
So who do you think is your main competition then? The 181 boys and below? Because you got Hack. You got guys. Here's the intangibles. Hack's coming. We haven't seen him. I don't want to throw speculation, but we don't know what he's going to be like when he gets there. It's an intangible. Like we don't know. We've seen him in IPF.
The big difference is when the IPF and this here, he has a 24-hour weigh-in. That is a difference.
That's big too.
That's a 24 hours considered 2 hours.
Wraps, drugs. He's got. He's got the big total already. So he has everything he needs to win this money. Like he could be the biggest. He could be the guy to watch out for. He could be like. Don't second guess him. Don't think that he's not going to show up, because not only does he have a 24-hour weigh-in, he's got wraps. He's got drugs that he could do. And I'm not saying he's going to do them, but if he does decide to do them, and he does everything right, he could show up and do like something, like a 600 Wilkes. I think he's going to be one to watch out for. And he's young too, so that's kind of scary with like if he does decide to get on. But again, we're talking about some serious money here. You have guys like Malik, who me and him have been head-to-head, going back and forth since the USAPL days. So Malik's, even if I didn't win, I would just want to beat Malik.
Is he right? Are you guys? Is that the Jordan Bird situation?
He's my
or Johnson
that guy. Yeah. So,
is your boy Eddie going to compete with you in this one too, or is he staying out of this one?
Who's that?
You're the guy you're training right now, Ed.
Eddie.
No, he's a deadlift only guy because he has shoulder issues. So he doesn't know. So there's another cat one of my clients. He's a 148er, tiny and tough. He's 21 years old. He might have a 600 Wilkes. The kid.
I tell you, listen. If he makes that 40K, you gotta be, hey man, my cut as a coach just went up 20% of your winnings.
I told him. I said, hey, I don't care if everybody else beats me, but you are beating me. Yeah. I'm your coach, and that's not happening.
Yeah, and that's 40K.
Yeah. Well, of course. I mean, I'm a coach, so I get at least 10% of whatever.
That's right. That's right.
Even if I win and he gets second place and wins 10K, I make 10% off.
That's right, man.
That's standard fee anywhere.
Standard fee.
At least. I mean, if my coach did the same thing, I would just be generous and be like, oh, here's $5,000. You know, I'm I mean, I guess I should make it a requirement.
That's right. You start making documents and papers now to get them signed.
Now that there's money in the sport, you start putting that on your contracts.
That's
when you
right.
sign on with these guys, 10% on winning fees.
You know,
I have another guy that's competing, 275er, Chris. He's on Facebook as he's like 21 years old. He just pulled 900. He's doing it too. So honestly, we'll be there competing, and I have like 5 guys competing too that I have to be helping as I'm competing too as well. So it'll be a hard like day for me. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't even know what I'm capable of, because I'm gonna have to really sit down and literally the thing I mapped out for my knee is like doing cortisone shots, doing PRP, doing extremely a lot of growth hormone, a lot of stuff that's gonna get me. And that's the thing about me, is I'm pretty much open to talk about it, because that's what's just gonna, you know, let people know what actually us lifters are actually doing to win what? Nothing, and now we have a chance to win something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like look what we've done already in the sport of powerlifting. Quitting jobs, putting chemicals into our body that we don't know what the hell it's doing. Now that's not for the natural athletes, but for what? For Instagram followers? For that feeling of knowing that you're the best? You know, like how there's only so many weight classes. There's only so many people can be that number one, that person. But it's like, look at what we've done as a powerlifting community to hit that spot. Like you have bodybuilders who put a lot of chemicals in their body, but dude, they're getting $300,000 at the Olympia.
Now, some of them are millionaires. Some of them are millionaires now. Yeah,
exactly, millionaires. What are we like? Who none of us have made thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
Now you have people that get sponsors and get paid to do things and do this, but we aren't on no magazines. We aren't on, I mean, or Mark Bell's magazine. Okay, who sees that? Powerlifters. If me, Dan Green, whoever walks down the street, guess what? Nobody knows who we are.
Yeah.
We destroy our bodies to walk into a meet and get that love of like, hey, that's so-and-so. He does this. He does that. She does this. She does that. You know, like that's what makes, I think, like if you watch the NFL versus watching the NCAA, I feel like the NCAA athletes work their asses off versus guys that are like you look at the injured list of like the NFL. You see guys that like have a pulled, I got to get my wisdom teeth pulled. I'm out for 6 weeks. In the NFL, it's like, okay, because you're getting paid millions and millions of dollars. Oh, my finger broke, so I can't play. Oh, then you have guys that will play with a torn meniscus all season long because they want to get to that level.
Or deadlift with no flipping knee, man.
I mean, you said it, bro.
That's
I'm going to go ahead and start talking about myself, but you said it.
That's right.
One of the things too is, I mean, with our site King of Lifts on Instagram and stuff, like you were mentioning, a lot of lifters, we're always looking for those guys that are unknown. Like those are the guys that's why we started this is to show the best lifters in the world. It's not the most popular, it's the best lifters.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to throw out there. So some of these guys you got coaching on, you tell them to throw us a line. Like we'll throw up some stuff for them. If they're some of the best lifters in the world and they're in their best in their weight class, people love to see it, especially the underdog.
I always tag. That's another thing that separates me is I do a lot of reposts because I want to.
Yeah, I noticed that.
If I'm impressed, and you just did good, whether you only pulled 400 pounds and you weighed 220 and your PR was 300, I will repost it on my Instagram.
That's progress. Yeah.
That just shows me that you deserve that shout out, or you deserve to be recognized. You know what I mean? That's what we want, is to be recognized. We want to be. It's like we're all like super insecure, and we want to be wanted, and we wanted to be like feel that like someone likes me, or someone thinks I'm cool because I did this. You know, like that's the kind of example of like what I think of like. And then you have people that just do it because they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool too. That's
or
awesome.
both.
Or both, exactly. So it's like I repost. I like to. I don't go to sleep until I've made 3 posts a day, and because I have so many clients, so I make 3 posts a day. Whether it's going to get 300 views or 1,000 views or 200 likes or 1,000 likes, I don't care. You don't like my page, get off of it.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of what they're doing.
Yeah, so I was going to say, what you're doing, it's not about the amount of likes and stuff. You're just showing your clients that you recognize it and you're proud of their achievements, and that's good.
Yeah, like you'll have you'll have a post of like me doing a pull-it, and it's like it'll get 10,000 views, and then you'll have a post of like someone that, and I try to make it clear in my post that like. But no one really reads stuff anymore. It's just like, they don't even play the music anymore. Like, I don't even like to put music on my videos because they're just doing this. They're squirrel.
Yeah.
And then they look at, like, the first 3, so you have to grab their attention fast. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, like, write a love story and think it's going to get a lot of working, think it's going to get any love. It's not going to happen. So I try to, but it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care if people be like, well, why are you posting, dude? You're not going to get more followers. Because I don't care. I just made my client that worked his ass off, paid me money to hit a PR. So someone needs to know this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy for him, so I'm going to let that be known. I want his name to be known. And it's like, you'll go on my page and be like, you'll see a guy pulling 800, and then you'll see a guy pulling 375.
Yeah. We've seen it.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't care. I want them to. Again, and that comes back to like, why isn't that just makes them feel. And it's not like I'm trying to make them feel comfortable. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel like, holy shit, like he's going out of his way to do that. Holy shit, he's going out of his way to do that. Oh, you know what I mean? Like there's just so many things that I'm willing to do for $200, you know what I mean? Like, and that sounds weird and weird.
You give people your phone number and just send that across the internet. There's not much I ain't gonna do for $200.
Big things to come.
I might become a millionaire.
But going back to the U.S. Open for 1 sec. So, is Steph F's also doing it?
Yeah, she's doing it. She's never worn wraps, so she's another 500 Wilkes in sleeves. She competed at the LA Fit Expo.
Yeah.
But her numbers have like jumped like a lot since then. So
will you be programming her as well?
I was just wondering the same thing.
Train together and.
What's that?
You guys train together and you do her program. Like, how does that work? Or is it too close?
I don't coach her. So I told her I was gonna lie and say that I coach her. I don't coach her. We do train together, and then so we train together. But she does her own programming. She does it all by herself.
No kidding. Yeah.
She's pretty smart as far as like programming and percentages, and she's pretty spot on with her training. Like we don't. Honestly, I'll ask her, like, when I'm doing something, like, I'll ask her to look over my video, and I'll ask her to be like, hey, how does this look? And she'll be like, you do this, or do that, because, again, I am more of, like, a aggressive, strong lifter, and she's aggressive and got technique, so it's like, she's one of those lifters that should get more followers and this and that, because she posts quality videos of just being strong, and that's what she wants. She wants that message to just, I'm strong. I don't have to do this to do that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we put her up quite a bit for her lifts.
So you guys could walk away with 80K or more.
Hey, I'm not saying nothing. I know what I'm going to do.
You got an extension on your house already planned out.
The crew's...
That's right, there's a crew outside!
It's already booked. No. Yeah, I mean, the girls have a lot of competition, too, though. She also has never wore wraps, too, so...
Yeah.
She's learning wraps. She put them on last week, and she doesn't like the tightness in them, so she's got to get used to that.
And let me tell you something, man. 40K, there's a lot of people who aren't used to wraps all of a sudden wrapping their knees. Right? 40K, you got a lot of people who are like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm going raps, right?
I'll rap, yeah, dude, I'll get, for sure. So, yeah, there's a lot of money to be made. I don't know about walking away with 80 grand, but we might walk away with $2,000. If she wins her class, I win my class. That's it. Cool too.
It's a payday either way. Like it only increases your chances. Anyway.
But I'm gonna be real pissed off if I walk away with $1,000. I'm gonna be
that's right.
One mad person.
Yeah.
So in your training, do you train a lot with like solo, or do you have a training partner, someone you're with a lot?
No, Steph's my training partner. She, me and her train, like, we bench on Mondays together. So we initially do like the same, like, when we bench together, we'll do like, I'll bench on one bench, she'll bench on the other bench. I'll hand her out, she'll hand me out. Because I'm kind of comfortable with, some people will comment on stuff and message me and be like, yo, why are you having a girl hand you out? And it's like, dude, you're an idiot because this girl pulls 500 pounds. So I'm pretty, but I'm just comfortable with her. We've been working together for so long that it's just, I don't know. And it's like some people are like, don't you wish that you could have like a stronger training partner that's a man? And I'm just like, no, like she's strong. It doesn't matter. Like, why would
she's strong enough? She's plenty strong. She's plenty strong enough.
But not only that, you're probably confident in your lifts too. Like you're not planning on bailing out a lot of them. That you need some guy to deadlift it off your chest. Like you're gonna make the lift. Like,
to be honest with you, she has a better wilks than me when it comes to deadlift.
Whoa, no!
Yeah.
Whoa, gotta correct that at the U.S. Open.
Yep. So that's what. Actually, when we were pulling on the powerlifting motivation thing, like that was like I weighed in like 175, so I was like, okay, I have to pull this amount of weight to outwilk you.
Oh, really? It's like competitive, man.
Oh yeah, super competitive. I mean, how many people that have a female that is strong, that has you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to have, like, it's like, when I think about it, it's just like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy to me to know that, like, you have all these people that are like, oh, you're this, you're that, you're that. But, bro, there's a girl that has better looks than me. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. So it probably helps in terms of your relationship to have someone who's totally on point. You said earlier how other relationships, if they get in the way of the powerlifting, they got to get up out of your way. Where she's in there, she makes you better in powerlifting.
Yeah, she's more like dedicated to her workouts than I am. Like, she is more like, she has to get this amount of sleep. She has to get this many meals in. Like, me, I'm just like, whatever, I'll stay up all night. I don't care. If it ain't, she kind of is helping me become like, I gotta get my meals better. I gotta get my sleep better so I can train better. So I can do this, do that. Like, like, honestly, people don't realize how hard. Like, people will literally, and I'm guilty. I used to be like when I first met her or whatever, I would tell her, dude, you got genetics, whatever. You're just genetically gifted,
Yeah.
I hate you because you're genetically, but then it's like, I have people tell me that, and I hate it because it's like, I work hard, and then all of a sudden, I actually start training with her, and I'm like, she trains harder than any dude I've ever trained with, hands down. And I've trained with some pretty strong dudes.
Yeah.
She by far trains harder, and I'm not saying like more weight, but just the initial of getting to the gym. She doesn't miss workouts, like, period, like, whatever it is, like, you want to go eat here? No, I don't want to because tomorrow I have to bench, or tomorrow I have to squat, or tomorrow I have to deadlift, or, you know what I mean? Like, you want to do this? No, because tomorrow I have to, you know what I mean? So that's like, it's crazy because I thought I was like dedicated and crazy.
Until you meet somebody else like that, and all of a sudden,
so then it kind of, so it almost makes me realize, damn, I used to, like, all these people get so mad at me because I'm dedicated to my list, and then sometimes I, like, catch myself getting mad.
Yeah, no shit. What has happened to me?
Yeah, so it's like, but no, I'm not squatting right now. I haven't squatted. I'm not gonna start squatting until I'm like 10 weeks out from the U.S. Open, just to let my knee. I'm not gonna start beating it up now, but I'll beat it up for 40K. But it's not until I have to peak right. Like, I can't squat and deadlift the same week. So when I'm training for this meet, it's not like I can go squat one day and then deadlift the next day. I'm going to have to, like, squat. I'm going to have to pull 2 weeks in a row, squat the third week, pull 2 weeks in a row, squat the third week. I'm going to only get, like, 6 to 10, probably 6 real squat workouts in before actually.
That's crazy to even think that, like, holy smokes, man. Does that make you nervous? I couldn't even think about that, going into a meet, squatting half a dozen times, like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like squatting anyway, so if I didn't have to, I wouldn't be squatting. It was special.
No kidding.
But no, like, that's like, I don't want to do that, but I think my strategy has to be perfect, and that's just keeping my knee as healthy as I possibly can.
Yeah.
I probably won't pull over 700, maybe but once going into this meet, and doing other stuff that's going to add muscle onto my body that's going to make me stronger that day. Like, it's all about, like, my videos I'm going to have to, like, repost videos of old stuff because my videos are going to suck. It's not going to be like, people are going to see me pulling, like, 600, and people are going to be like, what? We don't understand what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
And they're going to see me squatting, like, 315, and they're like, what do we want?
And then people sign a few more onto the U.S. Open in your weight class thinking we got a chance now.
Well, that's whatever. They can think that. They don't, so.
Yeah.
You know, there's a really good kid showing up. One of my friends, Paul, he's a guy that lifted in sleeves going into wraps. But he's a good squatter. Squatted 584 in wrap or sleeves. Over 700-pound puller. His bench is probably his weakest lift. It's high threes, but it's still good enough to win.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know. Either people are going to suck because of us overdoing everything, or it's literally going to probably be the smartest person who's going to win. Like, as far as cutting weight, because you know what's going to happen is people are going to cut so much weight. Well, if I got to, because Wilkes flips. So
that's right.
I'm 165. If I weigh in at 155, guess what? That's 10 pounds. You know how better my Wilkes will?
Yeah.
Or you have someone that weighs 148. Oh, I'll weigh in at 135 or 133. Or you have people
you
that
get greedy.
180.
Someone could get greedy. Yeah.
Exactly. And think that they can recover from that. I mean, I'm gonna literally weigh in as light as I won't go any lower than 162. Like, I think that will make my total worse. So, but I am going in here with really, like, high hopes as far as what my numbers will possibly be. I don't really have any. I have a goal total. I don't really have individual numbers. I just have a goal of a total, and I know somehow I better make that.
You want to throw it out there? You want to throw the goal total out there?
I mean, I'm not scared of anything. So I think to win, to beat Malik, because Malik he could go 2,000. You know, he could if dude shows up, he's the guy that shows up. And then John, he shows up too. So those are 9 for 9 guys. Me, I'm not a 9 for 9 guy. I'm 6, 5, or some eats 3, some eats none.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's gonna be exciting.
I think anywhere from, depending on what I weigh in at, but anywhere from 1820 to 1850 is what it's gonna be. I'm not saying I'm gonna do that, but I'm saying, like, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
That's what it'll take
to possibly win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what those numbers calculate out to. It's high 6, high 4s, high 7s at 165. Like, obviously, it's never been done. It'll be an all-time total by, like, 130 pounds. So, is it possible? I don't know. I'm not saying that it is. I'm not saying that it's not. But for 40 grand, the thing is, the scary thing is, it's like when you go to a football game, you can get better, but can you get stronger? Like, that's the real question. When you hit a certain strength, there's money involved, but how much stronger? Because if we work harder, if we work harder and train harder and lift more and take more gear, it's only going to affect us in a bad way.
Yeah. Because
then our bodies can't take this, and our kidneys are going to do this, and our joints are going to hurt. You know, this is going to hurt. So it's really like, it's not the guy that takes. It's like bodybuilding. The guy that takes the most gear is obviously going to be crazy, out of control, freakishly big. Well, powerlifting is a little different because you can take all the gear in the world, but the more gear you put in your body, that doesn't automatically mean you're going to get stronger. I've had where I've done less and been stronger. Yeah. So it's just going to be who shows up and really performs 9 for 9, doesn't miss the lift, and it's crazy to know that you're lifting for money, but it's like, how much harder can you train? How much harder can you push? Unless, I don't know. That's what's just like, well, I do this, and I take this, and I take this much, and I take that. Wait a minute, I might not even get stronger. I might gain 30 pounds.
Yeah, that's true, too.
With 40,000 on the line, like, some people are going to overshoot this for sure, because they're just going to go for big. Like, so my question to you is, like, going out there and knowing you're going to hit big, and it's all about that total and the Wilks. Are you going to have a handler, someone there to just make sure you're in check that day?
That's a good question, because you know what? For 40K, if you don't have a handler, if you overshoot your last attempt and just 5 kilo down, you would have got it. You miss the third because, damn it, it's 40K, you're like, I'm going balls out. Somebody who doesn't have 40K on the line, you have 40K on the line, your handler doesn't, he might, you know what I mean? That's a good question.
The thing that kind of sucks is, I thought it was a 2-day event, but it's a 1-day event, so it's like, I'm the kind of person that I want to handle me and to call my numbers. The person that is training with me, that sees what I'm doing and sees when I'm tired, sees when I'm strong, sees when I had...
But she's competing too, so you don't have that option.
Yeah, so that, I don't know, and I don't want to... I can't get in her way because I want her to do it. Yeah. So I have to just either do it myself and kind of give someone a guideline of saying, this is what it is. If this happens, and I just have to be honest to myself, which is really hard to do because I have this ego that's like, but again, for 40K, I might have to cut that ego down just to, because a 650 squat looks super dope, but if I miss it,
yeah.
I'd rather 40K than squats.
So this year, you say 1-day event, so they're running everything in 1 day. How many platforms are they going to be running for this?
I'm not 100% sure of how.
Yeah,
I think they're running 2 days, but it's like lightweights, and then so it'll be like all the women, and then lightweights up to like 181, and then the heavies. I think that's how I would think, but I just know that it's. I think
and you know
we're
what?
going to be competing.
To be honest, like in terms of handling, I'm just thinking for myself. If I was handling somebody and 40K was on the line for them, I'd be scared shitless, man. I don't know, like can you imagine that handling someone 40K and you, if they come back, you put in a third attempt, they hit it, and they're like, dude, if I had 5 more K on that, 5 kilos more on my freaking bench or whatever, that would have been 40K and you cost me. Like that's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, but there's a part of it too. I mean, that's really a trust thing. It's not someone you pull off the street and say, "Hey, pick my numbers,"
but
and they
still.
like. But it's somebody who's got to know you, because in the same end, like for you yourself, you go out there and, I mean, that last deadlift, you pick it and it's 5 kilos, and the other person, they change their attempt. Like you overshot. Like it's so much riding on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally.
Don't be mind
games. It's not going to be the strongest person wins. I can guarantee you that.
It'll be the one who takes the attempts the best. Because you could change your last deadlift, and if I put, like, let's say you're in there, you put a really big deadlift in there so everyone else is chasing this dead, and people change their last attempts, and people are thrown off. For 40K, you're thinking, I'm going balls out. You end up going 6 for 9. Some guy, more conservative.
I think if I had to choose, like out of all the people that ever handled me, I think the one person that I would want there that knows me and has been involved is my first coach I've ever had. He's like to pick numbers, he just like does them in his head, and it's just like he knows, but he doesn't obviously know my body, but he knows how to strategize. Like to probably put the heat on somebody. Like let's say we're doing deadlifts. Well, obviously me, I'm a higher deadlifter than I am squatter, so I can put something crazy like a second attempt of 800 instead of 750. Or my third attempt, because you can change it once. So instead of going 770, well, we'll put it at 810. Well, then let's just say the guys in front of me, like Paul or Joe or Malik, Paul pulls high too, but let's say Malik, who's more of a squatter than a puller, goes, well, Micah's going da-da-da. If he gets that, he automatically wins. And then he goes, well, I got to go 720.
That's right.
And he misses.
That's right. And then you can change your shit afterwards.
And then I change it to 750, and I pulled him, and I beat you. You missed yours, I won easy.
That's it.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. So Malik, or I put it real low, like 710, and Malik's like, what? All right, cool, it's a breeze. Like maybe it's just not his day, and then he goes 650 and smokes it, pulls it, and then I go, okay, let me change mine to 730.
That's right.
Boom, I win. So that's why I'm glad that I'm a better puller than I am squatter, because it all doesn't. The match doesn't. It comes down to when that last pull hits the ground.
Such an advantage. It's such an advantage to be a big deadlifter. If you have to pick, that's what they say. Yeah, because it ends that. Because the sequence of events, being the deadlift being the last event, you get the last say.
I've been at the LA Fit Expo. Some kid, I'm not sure who it was. He had a better subtotal than me, and people were like, "What is going on? Micah's not even in first place." And then we opened up on deadlifts, and it was like 120 pounds difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was beating me in the squat and the bench, and then he was opening up at 550 deadlift. I was opening up at 716. So it was like just You know what I mean? So I think that is an advantage. It's a strategy to play with those numbers. You know what I mean? To put in crazy numbers. But then what you don't want to do is overdo it. Like, let's just say I decided to put, because this is for 40K, and I put 800 on the bar, or 800 in the notes, and Malik decides to put whoever, not just anyone, he puts 720, and he accidentally gets it because he's so jacked up and he knows it's for 40K. Well, then shit, I got to pull 820.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to really think about. It just comes down to really, I think you're going to have a lot of people not making post.
And you know what? I think for the first time in powerlifting, the job of handler is going to take a whole nother level. It'll become it's a little bit underrated right now, handling. I think with this kind of money on the line, in powerlifting, you can see a change in sport where handling becomes way more important. It's like a basketball coach for a basketball team.
Well, it's more like the caddy for golf.
Or the caddy for golf. That guy
right on site with you to give you those hints.
Guys will start getting paid money to be handler if there's money like this involved. It's real.
I would probably prefer to have a guy handle me, worrying about my reps, knowing how to wrap my knees, and then a guy calling my numbers. It's a team. It's like now powerlifting, it's becoming, hey, I have a guy that's going to do my diet. I have a guy that's going to do my reps. I have a guy that's going to handle my numbers. I have a guy that's going to go get me a water when I need a water. That's literally, it's like in the boxing ring.
Yeah, it's true.
Those dudes, your crew is so important. If you're the baddest boxer, but you don't have the guy that's willing to stick a Q-tip in your nose and get the blood out, or dig up in you, that's because you got your pec hurts or your shoulder hurts, you ain't gonna win. You know what I mean? So you're gonna see a lot of, I don't know. It's just gonna be. It's cool to be a part of it, especially because it's my first real meet back. So, but I think on Instagram is gonna have us like a downfall for powerlifters because everyone's gonna want to be secretive.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't want to show you what I'm doing because I want to make you train harder.
Yeah.
So I'm going to post my warm-ups.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And you're going to fail a couple of them. Just to throw them off. Struggle.
With me. I don't know if I should.
That's right. That's right.
Dragon leg offset.
Yeah. So another thing is not only did the knee make me more humble, but now I have an advantage to be like, my knee, I don't know.
People are going to be like, I don't even think he had surgery on his knee. I don't think he was ever injured.
3 days from now, he's got an Instagram post of him on crutches coming across the gym.
That's right.
Yeah. I will be the one to do that. Out of everyone in the powerlifting world, guarantee you, I will do what it takes.
Yeah.
Like we said before, you'd be surprised at what I would do for $200.
Yeah.
We're talking about 40K.
That's right.
What are you willing to do for 40K?
That's right. Everybody, what are you willing to do for 40K? Not enough. So we've been on here for a little bit. Is there anything you want to throw out there before we close out?
Well, one of the things before we wrap this up, like I said, we can edit all this stuff and what we're going to go through. We are going to try to do an interview with Steph, but one of the things, because you're one of the first with us, this will take off. We got signs that this is all going to take off on what we're doing here. But one of the things I'd really like to do is a follow up with you guys together after the meet. After you guys do the U.S. Open,
we'll do it before the meet.
Well, even after, like if you guys want to, if you guys are willing to do that, it'd be great to have you both on here after the meet and just sit there and talk.
Do you guys have a Facebook page?
No, we just started one up. Well, I think we were purely just Instagram because no one's really on Facebook anymore, right? Especially like the younger crowd. We talk. Some of these guys like don't even have Facebook at all. They're like, man, Facebook's like for old people. And they call old people who are like 25 and up. But I know, man. Well, these kids these days. So we just purely started one Instagram, and then started moving on to YouTube, just like organically after doing the Q&A. And you're the first step right now. The first step is right now. So that's right. So you're the first one.
And you know what's awesome about this? Like when you went off camera with that, we said that this couldn't have went better. Like we picked the best person doing this, like your personality, everything, meshing with us, and so happy about this.
We gotta have you back.
And what I like the most is you've been open. Like there's nothing. You're not hiding. You're not ducking. You're not dodging nothing in the air. Which makes great stories.
I have no reason to be afraid to say what I've been through or what I've done or what I'm doing, because dude, I've done a lot of lying, done a lot of bad shit, so it's like I'd rather do it right, you know?
Well, one of the things I really liked when you talked about, you know, in the IPF and you got banned or whatever, and you said like the humility come out, and I don't know if it was from your injury or why you said you had changed as a person. One of the first things you said was it wasn't right, which was kind of neat. You know, you don't always hear that, and you see some bad lifters in the right, like some people just in the wrong federations, you know, and that was pretty awesome. That was humble, man. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, you totally come off humble and honest about it all, man. I mean,
see, people, like I said, I've had a long road to trying to create a better image of myself. So people are surprised when they actually get to talk to me, and they're like, what is going on? You know what I mean? But I do come off as a cocky person. I'll be the first one to say that I'm cocky. I have an ego. That's just who I am. That's my personality. I still care about people. I still have feelings, and I still want to help people do right, you know, regardless of what it is. But I'm always going to be. That's what builds my own confidence up is just saying stuff out loud. I just felt like over the years of doing and keeping stuff in, once I say stuff out loud, I hear it, I believe it, and I feel like that's what helps me achieve things. So it's like, people don't understand sometimes, they're like, oh, he's a dick, he's just a cocky schmuck. But then again, it's like, well, why is he helping all these people? So he's that nice, cocky dick schmuck. But helps out.
You're making it work. You're keeping it all in check.
That's
I'm trying to keep it all in check.
Life is about balance, man.
There you go.
Okay, so anything you want to fire out there before we close it off? We hit it.
Like honestly, we'll definitely be doing this again with you at some time. And the thing is about it is we can keep some things back. But if there's anything you want to throw in here, plug in here at the end of this, because we do appreciate everything you did.
Yeah, man.
No, I mean, you guys, we covered it. We hit everything. I'm excited to be the first one. I appreciate you guys contacting me.
Appreciate you coming on, man. Seriously. And I think you have so much more. We probably got to do a part 2 because you touched up on a few things, and we could always come back.
There's a few things that we want to talk about. I mean, like you get into a lot of history of your life and different things like that, but there's also a lot more. Like we didn't get into the story of your brother, which would be a great story later on for something else. And some other stuff, right?
We have you back.
That's what I said. We definitely want to keep you in. I mean, you got a personality, man. It was fun to have you on here, and people will want to watch.
You can't give it all away in the first one.
That's
either, right. We gotta have people watch this and be like.
Literally, I mean, you said this. We got to do a part 2.
That's it.
To get everything, we're gonna have to do. It's like I'm like Rocky. The whole.
That's right. Part 2. There's gonna be 3, 4, 5, and 6.
You're gonna, they're still making movies.
That's right.
Well,
I mean, you're young. The story isn't over. I'm sure you got a lot of stories to tell and a lot of years left to go.
Oh, so. Yeah. You'll have some more stories, I'm sure.
Of course. I feel like far as like lifted and all that. It's all about. Sometimes we just take things too serious, and sometimes you really need to sit back and just maybe comb your hair or do something different, and focus on other things and not be so worried about just smarter choice. And like here I have a little example of like people just want to be strong and want to be this, and one of my messages is if I can touch anybody's life, it's to just really listen to their body. Even though this did humble me up, but it's still something I have to deal with for the rest of my life. So also with taking gear, it's not a joke. It's not heroin or it's not this or it's not that. But I mean, I have clients that text me at 19 years old, 15, 18 years old, 22 years old. Micah, I'm going to get on this. Micah, I'm going to get on that. And I'm just, a year ago I'd be like, oh yeah, get this, get that, take this, because I want you to be strong. But that's not what I want. I want people to be strong, but I want people to be real to themselves and healthy and really achieve. Like if I could have done things totally different and go back, it would be maybe not start stuff when I started it, maybe because once you started, people don't understand. Once you started, you can't just jump off because it can really affect. It can really affect like your emotions. You can like everything. So it's if anybody's like really paying attention and lifting, it's listen to your knees, listen to your elbows, listen to if something hurts. Again, because you're never going to be a millionaire lifting weights. Like we're all excited about $40,000.
Yeah, that's true. That says a lot. That's $40K that we're all excited about.
Yeah, so you have kids that are 19 years old wanting, and it's just like it really kind of hits me deep to want to go and talk to gyms and high schools, and because in my high school, dudes, you had people. I was getting stuff from my football coaches. You know what I mean? Because they didn't care because they want their school. They want their school to be put on the map. I want my powerlifting system to be put on the map, but I want it to be put on the map the right way. Yeah. Not who can take the most drugs and who can do this and who can do that. I want you to do it the right way. And I literally want to look into doing seminars and talking about how important to focus on staying off of it as long as you possibly can, because you really don't, like I haven't even hit my real strength yet, because men, they don't hit their strengths until 20, 27, 28, 29 years old. So you had all these guys that are 50 doing crazy numbers.
Yeah.
They didn't start the supplements until they turned 50, and then all of a sudden now it's time for them to get strong. And then you have kids that are starting at 18 years old, athletes because there's always a way to pass a drug test. That's why it's like the IPF is cool and all, but it's like there's always a way to pass a drug test. Unless you have a blood test, there's always a way to pee in a cup, and that pee is going to come up clean. Trust me, I've known, and I'm not like saying I know everything, but there's so many ways, and that's what just sometimes bothers me is like people they always want to be well, he's this, or like he's natural, or he's this, when you really don't know, or you really don't know if someone is on something. Like you take away from what people have really done. It's like, and I'd be the first one to do that. I'll see people and I'll be like, he or she is doing this, he or she's doing that. When really you don't know that person, and they could be completely natural, or they could be taking crazy amount of drugs and killing themselves to get maybe more followers on Instagram. So I think that's super important, is to make sure if you're doing it, do it the right way, and really research before you start sticking chemicals in your body.
Yeah.
They can change your life. I honestly think my injury had a lot to do with chemicals that I put in my body. It probably tore up cartilage and tore up my joints and tore up because, again, if I'm 5% body fat, lifting 800 pounds, where is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the stress.
Versus me being 200 pounds with 15% body fat, everything's going to feel a little better, Like, I have pec issues, knee issues, and again, I'm 26 years old, so it's like, this ain't no joke.
Yeah.
So, you ever need anybody to call, you call me, and I'm going to coach you the right way.
That's right.
Do you want to throw your number up there one more time, Coach?
Yeah, dude. Literally, I have 3 ways of contacting me. You can contact me straight through Instagram at Micah Marino or Micah Marino. DM me. Here's another thing that I like to do with all people that reach out to me. I like to reply within 20 minutes.
Holy shit!
I have, and I will tell a client that if I don't text you back, text me back and say, hey, dude, what the give me my numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that shows to me that if my coach doesn't give me my numbers and I text you once, I'm going to call you. I'm going to email you. I'm going to Facebook you.
Yeah.
I'm going to call your wife. So that's what I would.
I will kidnap your kids. Where's my numbers?
Yes. So also, so you can, through Facebook, I know a lot of people don't have it, but just Micah Marino, you can send me messages. Also, and then last but not least, the fastest way to get a hold of me is my direct cell phone number, which is 314-471-6396. You can text me, call me, whatever. I don't care what it takes. I also have WhatsApp. It's an app, so that's where I contact.
Yeah.
That's how I talk to all my clients, so they can send me the videos. If they don't have an iPhone, it comes up blurry, so I'm on that too. Open to. The goal is to get 100 clients, so I'm trying to, and people don't understand that this is what I do for a living, so it's like, once they hear me say, oh, he has so-and-so clients, it's like, oh, well, shit, even he can make time for me. Well, no, I have from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's my window.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're all in.
If I can help 100 people, I'm going to do it all at once.
Yeah.
That's how
So that'll be a cap as 100.
No, I'll hit 200 too.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a cap.
Okay. Well said.
My goal is another thing through. If you ever want to hashtag Marino Power System, I'll give you shout outs on brand. I don't care if you're my client or not. My goal is to reach 2,000 hashtags or whatever at Marino Power System. I've been doing this since last November, so I'm a year deep, and I already have like 1,300 hashtags. So I'm pretty sure that's pretty big for a coach that's only been doing it for a year. So hashtag away, and I'm also going to start doing every 2 weeks. I'm going to give out free 6-week deadlift programs for like certain people that do hashtags. So if you're number 1527 on my hashtag, well, guess what? You're going to get a free 6 weeks.
Nice.
I just feel like I have knowledge to help, and that's what I want to do. If I could do it for free, and I had some person paying all my bills, I would do it for free. But I gotta eat, I gotta go out to dinner, and
that's it.
Gotta
keep your shoe game strong.
My shoe game is strong. Period.
Okay, man. Well, thank you very much. You've been amazing. Yeah, amazing interview.
I appreciate it. It means a lot. So it really does, because sometimes you build things up and you don't really get to see what you're really doing unless you have that. You get a second to actually sit down and talk about it, and you're like, man, like it hits me a little bit to know, like, I can easily go get a job doing something that I don't like and make a lot of money, but it's like I walked away from something. Mainly, it's weird because I didn't walk away to be a powerlifting coach. I walked away for other reasons, but then being a powerlifting coach kind of hit me, and just like threw it in my lap. It was like I broke a record, and people were like, yo, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? And then I'm like, okay, can you do that for me? Okay. Then it became like, dude, maybe I can make this my job. So it was like I stepped away from being a car salesman and moved for different reasons, and then all of a sudden I got this people throwing at me, as far as like, oh, Micah, can you do this? Micah, what do you charge? And I'm like, what do you mean? I don't know. What? So then I was just like, oh, $60.
Yeah.
It became more and more and more. So another thing that I do for all my clients, because like you guys were saying, and I was saying, is I like my clients to look the part. I want my client to be able to go to the beach and people be like, he looks strong, not I would walk right past them. So, or the girls to be getting, looked at. So I do when I do my coaching, I do run the programs, I run it all, and then I also throw in a free diet for every single person. I run the protocol check-ins every Sunday. for their body weight, all that. I do all that for free. 24-hour access to me, emails, video analoging, all that, and a free diet. So
nice. Sounds good, man. You got all the bases covered.
Trying, man.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, thank you very much, man. We're going to let you go and